Okay, tonight on this and Sunday Night Hockey, we have a QVHL Highway Hockey League regular season interlock game between the Raymore Rockets and the Balgoine Bison. Tonight's game is sponsored by DAC Construction Limited. Balgoine comes in tonight's game with a 3-4 record and sits in third place of the QVHL. 4 points behind the Milestone Flyers, but tied for third place with the Balcarres Bronx. Cam Bateman is going to be number one, starting in net tonight for the Bison. Raymore comes in tonight's game sitting at the top of the Highway Hockey League with a 7-1-0 record. 3 points ahead of the Lumsden Monarchs, and Raymore has 6 players in the top 10 scoring of the Highway Hockey League. Raymore's goaltender, Dean Broughton, leads the Highway Hockey League with a 2.32 goals against average and 1 shutout, the record of 3-1-0 this season, and only allowing 8 goals so far this season. Tonight's interlock regular season is the first time in 2 QVHL and Highway Hockey League teams will face off in a regular season play. Other teams in action tonight are the first place Redfell Spitfires are in Lumsden to take on the Monarchs, who sit in second in the Highway League. Third place is the Bethune Bulldogs on to take on the 5th place Odessa Vibank Bruins of the QVHL, and the 4th place Balcarres Bronx are in Southie to play the Marlins, who are in 4th place of the Highway League. The 2nd place Milestone Flyers of the QV are off to Strasbourg to play the 5th place Maroons. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey. I'm Steve Schneider. Tomorrow night, the interlock schedule continues with a rematch and the second game in the home-and-home series between the Raymore Rockets and the Balgoine Bison. That game will get going around 5 p.m. in Raymore, and 4 other games are also taking place tonight, starting around 8 p.m. These include Strasbourg in Balcarres, Lumsden is in Milestone, Odessa heads to Bethune, and Southie is off to Grenfell. You can follow the Highway Hockey League on Twitter at twitter.com/highwayhockey, or just visit the website at www.highwayhockey.ca. Raymore has 6 players in the top 10 of scoring in the Highway Hockey League. Leading the way is Damon Bentz, who has 12 goals, 10 assists in 8 games, which has him sitting at top of the league with 22 points. Tyler Mueller sits second in scoring in the Highway League, 5 goals, 13 assists in 8 games for a total of 18 points. Tyrell Scholko is right behind Mueller, 4th by 2 points, 10 goals, 6 assists in 8 games for a total of 16 points. How's my sound? We're just gonna set her down this way today. I find it works better. Scratches tonight for the Balgoine Bison. We have Andy Dishatel, also Mark Edmonds, number 9, and number 27, Tyler Gable, and 21, Caden Jones. Coaching staff for tonight for the Balgoine Bison, we have Steve Owens, Jamie Haroff, and Dustin Cooney. Kyle Kozlowski is tied for 4th with Scholko with 16 points, 5 goals and 11 assists in 8 games. 2 more Rockets players to mention are Raymore's Michael Jordan and Josh Jordan, who are tied for 5th. Michael has 8 goals, 7 assists in 8 games, and Josh has 2 goals, 13 assists in 8 games as well. Raymore's goaltender, actually read that wrong. Bison's forward, number 19, Zach Soborowski of the Balgoine Bison, is the leading scorer with 5 goals, 5 assists in 6 games played. Soborowski is linked 10th in scoring in the QVHL. The Balgoine Bisons are 3 players in the top 20 of scoring in the QVHL. Bison's left winger, number 29, Logan Herchak, is 14th in the QVHL with 4 goals, 5 assists in 4 games. Bison center Tyler Gable is 20th in the QVHL with 1 goal, 7 assists in 4 games so far this season. Balgoine finished 1st in the QVHL with a record of 18-2. last season. This season not doing so hot as they are coming into tonight's game with a record of 3-4 and sitting in third place in the QVHL. Currently, Raymore's Michael Jordan, number 23, leads the Highway Hockey League in power play goals with 3. Jordan has been named the Highway Hockey League MVP in 2015, which is the Lumsden Hotel Trophy. Also, in 2015, Jordan won the Tyson Sievert Trophy for being the Highway Hockey League's leading scorer. We're going to take a break for the national anthem here. Be right back. Welcome back to the Stardome. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey. I'm Steve Schneider, and we've got a matchup for you here tonight between the Highway Hockey League's Raymore Rockets and the Capel Valley Hockey League's Balgoine Bisons. It's an interesting format they've got going this year here between the two leagues. Both leagues have fallen down to having about 5 teams, so they've decided to merge into having 2 divisions, where what they do in the first division, when your own home league, you're going to play each other once in a home and home series, and then you're going to play all the other teams in the other. Like, so if you're Raymore, you're going to go play Odessa, Balgoine, Grenfell, Belcaris, and Milestone. You're going to play a home and home against them as well, and that'll even out the 20-game season. As I was, from my understanding, after talking to some of the players last year, they didn't like playing each other about 10, 11 times before they got to playoffs. So this allows a lot more variety on who they're going to get coming at them in each rink. And I think it's actually a good thing for the fans, too. Up the side, that's going to be chipped in by number 24. That's Tyler Mueller. And we got a face-off, or a whistle real early here now, 19:46 to go here in the first period. No shots on net so far. Face-off down to the glove hand side of Pateman. In tonight for the Raymore Rockets, number 37, Dean Brothen. And that'll go up and over. 36 left here in the first period. Last game, Raymore's last game was last Saturday versus the Lumsden Monarchs, where they suffered their first loss of the season, 9-3 to the Lumsden Monarchs. Lumsden started strong, finishing up the first 2-0, and in the second, the Monarchs unleashed a torrent of goals, potting 6 goals, carrying an 8-2 lead into the third. And the first place Rockets, each team would score 1 more and would skate to a 9-3 final score, with Lumsden handing Raymore their first loss of the season. Ben Schokel Mueller scored for Raymore. Lumsden's Kyle Jordan scored a hat-trick, or Kyle Johnson rather, scored a hat-trick, and capping off an 8-point weekend for Johnson. Lumsden also saw goals from Ollie, Perot, Hansen, and Brett Ollie as well, and Speechin and Mazarek. Raymore's Orthner and Brothen split time and goal in the loss. Puck's loose out in the center. Here come the Bison, going to get that up through center. That's going to be chipped up over to number 18. That's Sheshchuk. It'll be held on by Brothen. Raymore's goaltender, number 37, Dean Brothen, leads the Highway Hockey League with a 2-3-2 goals against average, 1 shutout, with a record of 3-1-0, only allowing 8 goals so far this season. Bisons goaltender Cam Pateman, wearing number 1 tonight, is starting in goal for the Bisons. Pateman is 0-2 on the season and comes into tonight's game with a 5.55 goals against average. Turned back around by the Bisons. They're going to go across the blue line to number 22. That's Johnson. Is going to try and get that back over to Cronin. Cronin coming off of a 6 to 8 week injury. Unknown on whether the injury was sustained, but that's more for a... and he scores! Rips a shot from the top of the circles. Goes bar down, making it 1-0 for the Raymore Rockets early on with 18-23, and Raymore's only second shot of the game. I want to say that one was number 18, but we'll go back to the replay real quick on that one. And we'll get a number for you on that. Raymore, 2 shots on goal so far, 1 in the net and up 1-0. 27, Tyler Scholkel with the goal for the Raymore Rockets. Assists going to 18. That's Josh Jordan. Raymore with it. Raymore through center. He's got that in his feet. That's Scholko. Sorry, 47, not 27. Scholko along the boards. He played last year for Balgoine in the Senior A Henderson Cup, where Balgoine actually lost the South Final to the Milestone Flyers, who later went on to lose to the Watrous Winterhawks in the provincial final, actually. So technically last year Bisons would have finished 4th. Back out through the center. That's going to come back out and off the wall. That's going to be chipped out by Taylor Holden. Right down, that's going to be waved off from icing. Orthner going to leave that behind his own net. Going to be picked up by number 27, Hubick. Hubick comes out right side. He's going to look. Oh, it's kept in by, was that 37, James Pillar of Newdorf, Saskatchewan. Goes back D to D. He's going to bring that up off the wall, and that'll get into Raymore Rockets territory. Orthner comes out, plays the puck off the boards, and that'll drop down into Bison's territory. Chipped ahead, 3-on-3, goes towards the net. Orthner puts that behind the goal line, down behind the net, going to be in the corner for the Rockets, going to come up with it, and they'll get it out of their zone. Chipped in, down into the corner. 1-on-1, we got number 17, Bentz, goes into the corner with number 28, Nagel, and out come the Bisons with the puck. Makes a move at the blue line. He's going to gate through the neutral zone, gets the red line. Another move coming out alongside. That's 11, Yano. Yano's one of those guys you just don't want to leave alone in the slot with that puck. He'll find the back of the net pretty easily. Then it's chipped away out in the slot again. Cronin going to keep that in. Fires a pass. Goes off a number 24. That's Tyler Mueller. And that puck will make it back into Bison's territory. 2-2 are the shots on goal so far. Here come the Bison's Cronin. Cronin, fresh off an injury, backhands that into the corner. Right in front, good chance for the Bison. It'll go back down into the corner, picked up by number 18, Seschuk. He'll have that on the hash boards. Tries to go wide over to number 22, that's Johnson. And he'll go into the boards with number 21, Damien Bentz. Actually, he's wearing 12. I'm going to have to get a correction on that one. Out through center, Bison with it. That's number 22, Johnson again. He's got a forechecker, number 24, Mueller, all over him. Mueller and Hubick keeping a nice lockdown on that neutral zone. Here come the Bisons. Shot, cross pass right in front, gets knocked away by number 27, Jeff Hubick, defenseman for the Raymore Rockets. Goes wide. Raymore coming in, right-hand side, finds the slot right again in front. Shot. Oh, and a save by Pateman. He'll hold on to that. They tried to sneak that 5-hole, trying to make it 2-0 for the Raymore Rockets. You're watching Sunday Night Hockey on www.sasknews.net. Brought to you by Saskatchewan News Network. I'm Steve Schneider. Tonight's game sponsor, DAC Construction Limited. Face-off won by the Rockets, but the Bison are going to get control of that. Chipped out by Nathan Murray. And that goes down into Rockets territory. That's going to be whacked off the boards and back out and right back into Rockets territory. Fighting for it along the boards. I got a bit of a blind spot on that. Wide pass out for Shulko. He's got one already tonight. Loose puck off into the corner. Here come the Bison. Bison left-hand side now, going up through middle. He's trying to hit Murray with the pass on that one, but that's going to find itself back onto Raymore Twigs here. Shulko with it. Shulko looking to put that. He puts that down into the corner, and Rockets will change. Storek will go off. Behind the net, though, Rockets with it now. Josh Jordan out to the point. Shot in, goes down into the corner again. Going to be retrieved by Blaze Bentz. Right out in front. Shulko again in the slot. Low shot this time. That'll be deflected by Payton and up and over the glass. Balgoine Bison took one on the chin on the loss column in the hands of the Belcaris Bronx by a score of 4-3 in Belcaris at the Polar Dome. The Bison started the scoring less than 3 minutes into the game by the goal by Semchuk. Hinton would tie things up with the 5:39 mark, but Zaworski would notch one at 38 seconds left, and the Bison would go ahead into the locker room up 2-1. Belcaris would take the lead in the second with 2 unanswered goals and would take a 3-2 lead into the third period. Belcaris then would go up 4-2 after a power play goal by Bernhardt, and just with over 12 minutes to go in the third, Balgoine would fire back and would try to mount a comeback on the power play. Good chance by the Bison, and the Rockets are going to carry that out. Yeah, like I was saying, Yano's goal with a minute 36 left in the third period against Belcaris just wasn't enough, and the Belcaris would hold on to win 4-3 and get redemption on a 4-1 Bisons win from December 13th in Balgoine. Here come the Bison out of their zone. Cronin going to move that off to the right-hand side. It's going to be picked up by number 11, Yano. And that's chipped up onto the back of the net. Loose puck in front for the Bison's turn, spins, and that's going to Yano puts that off the side of the net. And it looks like we got a net come off of its moorings. 12:45 left here in the first period. 1-0. Oh, they haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet, but it's still 1-0 for the Raymore Rock. It happened in the first 15 seconds of the game, so pretty sure that was the quickest goal I've seen so far this year, other than the couple in the MJHL that we had earlier in the year. There was one for 8 seconds in the first period, Weway-Sakapo. Probably the quickest goal I've ever seen in my life. Puck out back into Rockets territory. That's going to be picked up by number 12. Then we moved up through center to number 21. That's Damian Bentz. It'll be ticked up by the Bisons, and they'll go the other way. That's number 29, Logan Herchak, trying with it. He's going to miss the net. That'll go off in the corner. Shot towards the net by Yano, but that goes wide. Raymore leading the way right now, 5-3 in the shots department. One more shot there for Balgoine, 5-4. Trying to solve Ortner here. Off the wall, front-time shot goes off a stick and over into the netting. 11:56 to go here in the first period. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey. I'm Steve Schneider. You can watch all these games by heading off over to www.sassnews.net or heading off over to Facebook and looking for SNN Sunday Night Hockey. You'll see this game. Plus, we also have the game from the Henderson Cup South Final between the Milestone Flyers and the Balgoine Bisons from last year's provincials. That one's not one to miss either. Anyway, off the wall, down into the corner, going to be chipped off into the skates of number 22. That's Jens Jordan. Chipped in by Nathan Murray. That's going to go back for Ortner. Ortner with it off the wall, back down to the hash mark. It's going to be picked up by Kupel. Kupel puts it off over into the corner. He's whacked. That gets whacked away by Jordan. Off the legs of Jordan again. He breaks up the play, and they're going to come the other way. He's going to chip that up off to the right-hand side. That's going to have the 2-on-2. Jordan with it, tries to go with a one-touch pass to go right back to him. And the Bisons chip it away and come the other way. Knocked off his stick, and that's offside. 11:07 left here in the first period. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey, brought to you by DAC Construction Limited. 6-5 are the shots on net for the Balgoine Bison. But unfortunately, they find themselves down 1-0 to the Raymore Rockets of the Highway Hockey League. This is the first game, actually, in history where these two teams have went through and had an interlock in the season. So far, there are going to be 4 other games here tonight in action across the Highway Hockey League and the Capel League. Tonight, the first place Grenfell Spitfires are in Lumsden to take on the Monarchs, and the Bethune Bulldogs are off to Odessa Vibank. Balcarres is in Southie, and Milestone is off to Strasbourg. Right-hand side now, out comes Shulko. Shulko gets that up over to Josh Jordan. And that'll be left down for the Bison's territory. I kind of lost sight of it for a second there. Off the glass, up through center, into the neutral zone, dumped in by Riley Nargang. Loose puck, Orthner just about had a bad play there. Balgoine changing. Chop back into the zone. Orthner going to kick that into the corner. Going to be picked up by Cody Straker. And he's going to try and get that out of the zone. Turns it back into the corner, looking for help from Tanner Linford. It goes off a skate and out through center. Going to be picked up by Landers and falls down onto the stick of, I want to say that there's another guy not wearing a jersey that I have on this here. Oh, sorry, I was only saw the 1-4. That's actually Holden Cronin. Didn't recognize him for a second. So 9:44 to go here in the first period. Shots on goal currently 6-5 in favor of the Balgoine Bison. Face off down to the glove hand side of Orthner. Face off won by the Rockets. They're going to take that back behind the net. Knocked off his stick though by Logan Herchak. Off the side in front, chipped by Herchak. He's going to try and get his rebound. Spins again, saved by Orthner. They're going to get 3 shots on that one. Orthner turning aside all 3. And that'll come back out to the neutral zone. Landers gets that up over to Zaborowski. Zaborowski gets that over to Herchak. Herchak right in front for number 19. Zaborowski, another good chance. And that's going to chip off into the neutral zone area. And here come the Rockets. Rockets in possession. Going to chip that down into the corner for Straker. Straker trying to feed a guy out front, and that'll be Bison's puck. And here comes Balgoine, 2-on-2. Beats him to the outside. Backhand shot. Scores! Top shelf finds it on the backhand shot. And places it over the shoulder of Orthner to tie things up here at 1 here in Balgoine. And that was going to go probably to Shane sorry, it's going to make fun of me for butchering his name, but Sheschuk. And we got a 1-1 game here in Balgoine at the Stardome. At 8:49, find ourselves with a 1-1 game. Still, are they going to put the other one up there yet? Or I got to find out, did they disallow? Oh, there it is. Now it's up at 1-1. Okay, good. I wasn't sure if I wasn't paying attention and they maybe disallowed the first goal, which I really don't know how. It was a rocket from the top of the circles that found the top corner. Checked at center. Bison's coming out here. 3-on-1. Carried in by Yano. Shot. Oh, and a good chance. In front again. Scores! On the doorstep. The Bison making it 2-1. Back-to-back goals by the Bison. Oh, I think they're going to put my foot in my mouth on this one. I had Raymore pegged to come out on early on this one, but I got a feeling that the Bison have got a little extra in them tonight. And also, Raymore is coming off of a loss, and well, so is Balgoine, so both of these teams are hungry for a win. Go back, D-to-D, quick pass. just on the inside of the 10-minute mark here on the first period. We have the Balgoine Bisons up 2-1 over the Raymore Rockets in a Cabell Valley Hockey League, Highway Hockey League interlock matchup here in the regular season. These games do count towards the score, the standings, folks. Goes back up to the point. Holden is gonna fake the shot. Goes back down low along the goal line. And this boy scores! That's a goal! Oh, that went in from up here. I can tell you that for sure. We have a camera actually back there, and we'll be able to tell if that was a disallowed goal or not. We'll have to go back to that replay here right away and see what the, and traditionally it's not really our call. If we see it go in, we can say it's a goal, but if the referee says it wasn't a goal, it's no goal. So we're going to go to a replay on this one and try to figure that out on there. But it looks like from my opinion from up here is he did get it across there, but the goaltender's pad was over top of the puck, so you can't really see if it entered the net or not. But it looks like it's going to remain no goal and 2-1 for the Balgoine Bisons. Oh, I bet they're going to want to review that one later. Face-off won by Balgoine. Right back to Johnson. That's going to go back behind the net. Chipped around by the Rockets. He's going to get that on the right wing side and gets that over to 17, Blaze Bentz, who's hip checked at the blue line. And apparently somebody's going to take offense to that. Well, I'm one who likes the physical play, so in my opinion, that was a clean hit. And in the referee's opinion, clean hit too, just ended up being offside. So we're going to have a face-off and some broken hearts here over by the blue line. Number 15 taking the face-off, Braden Bentz, up against number 26, Matt Kupel. That's out to 27, that's Jeff Hubick. He's going to jump that back down into the zone, comes in out to center ice, dumped in by number 6, Boychuk. And they're going to come around on the left-hand side, chips that up, chipped in by Murray. Back the other way, Murray getting a stick on him. Comes into the slot, chance for the Bison, shot turned away by Ortner. Another shot turned away. Bison's really turning it on here. Bison's coming up over their own blue line, get to the red, it's 3-on-4. Shot from the outside, that hits the side of the net and Ortner, and it'll be picked up by Tyler Mueller, and they'll come back the other way, 3-on-3. Oh, centering pass, misses, goes wide off into the hash marks. A little bit of a got something out right-hand side. Oh, centering pass intended for Jordan, going to be intercepted by number 19, Zoborowski, sorry. That's an interesting one. Anyway, back off the back wall, going to be picked up by Pateman. The Rockets. I don't think Pateman was paying attention on that one, so we're going to have a high sticking penalty. No, elbowing, sorry, for number 24. That's Tyler Mueller of the Raymore Rockets. So the Balgoine Bison going to go up 5-on-4 here. The next 2 minutes at 6:03. So I got an elbowing penalty right now that's going to be served out here by number 24, Tyler Mueller of the Raymore Rockets. Face off to the glove hand side of Ortner. 6:07 left here in the first. 2-1 is your score for your Balgoine Bison. Out to the point, that's Johnson with it. Goes out to the hash bars. Back and forth, back down over to the hash bars. Go low below the goal line. Bison with it, back out to the point. Back a one-time shot, he's going to fan on that, doesn't get quite enough lumber on it, and that'll go off into the corner. Murray tries to bring that off of the boards and into the slot, but he just whacked back into the side, and that comes out to center. Going to be picked up by Johnson. Spins back the other way as he fakes going to number 14, Yano. Yano going to get the puck now. That's Austin Yano. They got two Yanos on the team here, Cohen and Austin. Oh, man loses his foot, goes back. Oh, tries to go D-to-D, but Seschuk gets a little bit too much blade on that one, and it kind of gets a curve to it. Here comes Seschuk. He's got one on the night already. Spins between the legs, comes around the wraparound, and just about tucks it in. We'll have a good view of that one on camera, too. Right in front, Raymore shot. Oh, blocked by the Bison. They took that in the shin. Number 14, Austin Yano. And that puck will go loose down into the corner. Here come the Bison, stepping over the blue line gate, getting the red line. 2-on-3 there, a little unmanned. And that'll be whacked back by Raymore. They'll fire that down deep for they're on the penalty kill. We got 23 seconds left here in the power play for the Balgoine Bisons. Cronin back behind his own net. Steps out up front. He's going to look up ice to the left-hand side. He's going to find number 29, Herchak. He gets nailed into the boards. Down low, picked up by the Rockets. Going to spin back the other way. Going to backhand that up through center. And that's offside, but it's going to be waved off either way. Pass ends up on Storzuk's stick. He's going to get that back down into the corner. Going to go after for Tyler Mueller, fresh out of the penalty box. And they're back to 5-on-5. Bison going to chip that down below the goal line. Going to come out on the right-hand side, but that's going to be intercepted by Michael Jordan. We got an injured Rockets player, number 24, Tyler Mueller, making his way to the bench. Doesn't look like he's got much mobility in that right arm. Bison's fighting with it down in the corner. That's going to get picked up by the Rockets coming back the other way. He's going to make a move, 2-on-1 now. Gets it over, shot. Oh, wide open goal and scores! Number 21, Damian Bentz, gets a nice, easy tap in from Riley Storzuk to make it 2-2 here at the Stardome. So with that, the Rockets move up, or tie things up 2-2 here in Balgoine. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the first period. Murray going into the boards. That's going to go back around. Couldn't quite keep up to the play on that one. Back out, goes wide, down into the corner. Going to be picked up by the Bison. Looking cross ice. He's going to find Murray on his backhand. That's offside. Another guy was a lot faster than Murray on that one. Number 26, Matt Kupel, is about a step and a half ahead of Murray on that one when they crossed the blue line. So that'll be offside. Kupel showing his frustration a little bit. I think he was expecting a centering pass coming off the boards. That'll go down low back into Rockets territory. They're going to go D-to-D back over to number 8, Linford. And that, oh, big hip check at center. Nice hit. I don't know what's going on here, but they're going to go down into the corner. Bison's with it. Bison stepping out, coming out through the middle. Going to Kupel, going to try and feed number 17. That's Perkins. Down low, Perkins on the forecheck. Raymore trying to move that around in there. Up through center, going to get up on the stick of number 18, Josh Jordan. And he's taken into the boards by number 5, Kyle Eberle. And out come the Bisons the other way. Pinching is 27, Hubick. And here come the Bisons. Onside, yeah, good pass. Right in front, shot, glove save by Ortner. 2:02 left here in the third period. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey. I'm Steve Schneider, live from the Balgoine Stardome. So we're going to have a face-off to the glove hand side of Ortner here now. Balgoine leading the way in the shot department, 15-9 right now, 15-8, sorry. Raymore coming in here. Shot, oh, save by Pateman. Jordan with a snapshot from the high slot. Back out, that's going to sneak its way back out through center. Goes D to D. Rockets moving it through their neutral zone. Trying to find Michael Jordan on the left-hand side rather. Goes back to the D-man, trying to keep it. You got to keep possession of that puck. The other team doesn't have it. They can't score. So chips that over the blue line. Here come the Rockets. Drops a pass. Looking in the slot for Jordan. That goes off his skate. And the Rockets will keep that in the zone. Down low now. Bison's fighting with the Rockets on that. There's 3 Bison down low. Nope, Rockets going to pick that up. Michael Jordan down low, right-hand side. And we got the last minute to go here in the first period. Bison coming out of their zone. Seskchuk, centering pass picked up by the Rockets, going to come the other way. Here comes Michael Jordan, right-hand side. He's got it on his forehand. Fired in front, rebound. Pateman, good save. Long stretch pass. Yeah, we're going to check the replay on that one. Up and over. That one looked like it could have been offside, but I think he was in control of the puck anyway, so away you go. 30 seconds to go here in the first, all tied up at 2 here at the Stardome in Balgoine. Rockets with it, coming out, 16 seconds to go here. Ooh, misses a check coming across the center. And a long stretch pass to number 11, Cohen Yano. And he's not going to let him lose the zone. Actually, not a bad move, because they were trying to get back in there, and that's going to waste the time by them having to regroup back the other way. Anyway, after the first frame here, it's 2-2 game between the Bisons and the Rockets. I'm Steve Schneider. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey, brought to you by DAC Construction Limited. We'll see you in the second. Welcome back to SNN Sunday Night Hockey. The Balgoine Bison of the Capel Valley Hockey League taking on the Raymore Rockets of the Highway Hockey League. Currently sitting 2-2 is the score. Raymore's goaltender Dean Broughton leads the Highway Hockey League in goals against average with a 2.32 goals against and 1 shutout, with a record of 3-1-0, only allowing 8 goals so far this season. Bison's forward, number 19, Zach Zoborowski, is Balgoine's leading scorer with 5 goals, 5 assists in 6 games played. Zoborowski is ranked 10th in scoring in the Capel Valley Hockey League. The Balgoine Bisons have 3 players in the top 20 scoring of the Capel Valley Hockey League. Bison's left winger, number 29, Logan Herchak, is 14th in the Capel Valley Hockey League with 4 goals, 5 assists in 4 games. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Bison center Tyler Gable is 20th in the Capel Valley Hockey League with 1 goal, 7 assists in 4 games so far this season. Balgoine last season finished first in the Capel Valley Hockey League with a record of 18-2-0. Raymore's on the other side of the ice. Raymore's Michael Jordan, number 23, leads the Highway Hockey League in power play goals with 3. Jordan was also named Highway Hockey League MVP in 2015 for winning the Lumsden Hotel Trophy. Also in 2015, Jordan won the Tyson Sievert Trophy for the Highway Hockey League's leading scorer. Also on Raymore, another man to mention here, Tyrell Schokel of Raymore has been named the Highway Hockey League's local MVP, which is the Ekdahl Jenkins Memorial Trophy, 3 times, 2016, 2018, and 2019. He has also won in 2016 the trophy for the most sportsmanlike. Sorry, that's the. No, sorry, you got that right. The Ekdahl Jenkins Memorial Trophy is the local MVP, and it's just the most sportsmanlike trophy for 2016. Tonight's interlock regular season is the first time the 2 Capel Valley Hockey League and Highway Hockey League teams will face off in regular season play. Other teams in action tonight, The first place Grenfell Spitfires are in Lumsden to take on the Monarchs, who sit in second in the Highway Hockey League. The third place Bethune Bulldogs of the Highway Hockey League take on the fifth place Odessa Vibanks Bruins of the Capel Valley Hockey League. The fourth place Balcarres Broncos of the Capel Valley Hockey League are in Southie to play the Marlins, who are in fourth place in the Highway Hockey League. And the second place Milestone Flyers of the Capel Valley Capel Valley Hockey League are in Strasbourg to play the fifth place Maroons. Tomorrow night, the interlock schedule continues with a rematch and second game of the home-and-home series between the Raymore Rockets and the Balgoine Bisons. That game will get going around 5 p.m. in Raymore, and 4 other games will be taking place tonight, all starting at 8 p.m. These include Strasbourg and Balcarres. Well, not tonight, but tomorrow night. Strasbourg is in Balcarres, Lumsden is in Milestone, Odessa heads to Bethune, and Southie is off to Grenfell. You can follow the Highway Hockey League on Twitter at twitter.com/highwayhockey, or just visit their website at www.highwayhockey.ca. Raymore's last game last Saturday was versus the Lumsden Monarchs, and they suffered their first loss of the season by a score of 9-3. Lumsden started strong, finishing the first period up 2-0. In the second, the Monarchs would unleash a torrent of goals, potting 6 goals, carrying an 8-2 lead into the third over the first place Rockets. Each team would score 1 more each and would skate to a 9-3 final, with the Lumsden handing the Raymore their first loss of the season. Bentz, Schokol, Mueller all scored for Raymore. However, Lumsden's Kyle Johnson had a hat-trick, capping off an 8-point weekend for Johnson. Lumsden has also saw goals from Brady Ollie, Perot, Hansen, Brett Ollie, Speechin, and Mazarak. Raymore's Orthner and Brothen also split time in the goal during the loss. Looks like we're going to get going here right away here from the Stardome here in Balgoine. For the second period, you're watching SNN's Sunday Night Hockey. I'm Steve Schneider, your commentator and play-by-play here tonight for this game here. It's actually a historic game where the Capel Valley Hockey League and the Highway Hockey League are actually playing their first interlocked game, in league history. So coming to take the face-off here, Zach Zorborowski is going to take on Michael Jordan here in the opening draw in the second period. Looks like no goaltending changes, and it's all going to be 5-on-5. 2-2 is the score. Shots coming into the period, though, 15-8 in favor of the Balgoine Bison. That's going to go down into Raymore territory. Raymore going to bring that out. Goes off a skate, though, and kept into the zone by number 18, 19, and that'll go in the corner for number 18, Seschuk. Zoborowski in front, always fans on the pass, but he ends up picking the puck anyway. Cumming picks that up off of Damian Bentz, and that'll go down into the corner, comes up to the top. He breaks his stick, and the Rockets going to come. They're going to capitalize on that with a breakaway here. Here comes number 24, Mueller. Backdoor scores! Feeds number 21, Damian Bentz, making it 3-2 early on here in the second period with 19:16 to go. And that'll be the second goal of the night for Damian Bentz. And that's Mueller from Bentz, and I want to say that one came in from Linford, but I'll find out who the D-man was that got that one on there. That'll be cleared out down by the Bisons, and that'll go for icing. So in the first minute of the second period, we have the Raymore Rockets going up 3-2 over the Balgoine Bisons here from the Stardome. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey. I'm Steve Schneider. Out to the point, shot low. Ooh, Pateman gonna grab that one. That came through traffic. From up here, I wasn't quite sure if he actually was gonna grab that. I saw 5-hole from up here. 8:56 to go here in the second period, really early on here. About a minute and 4 seconds into the frame. That's high glove down by the Rockets. That's going to be chipped back down into there by Tyrell Schilko. Hit from behind a little bit, but that's going to come out of the zone, off the skates, but back onto the stick of Schilko at center ice. Schilko comes around, goes, oh, it's intercepted by Murray. Murray's going to get that into Rockets territory. Rockets going to grab possession, though. Raymore comes out of their zone, up through center, knocked away from Herchak. And that'll wick its way back out into the neutral zone. And be picked up by number 8, Linford. Linford goes back behind the goal, comes around right-hand side. And that'll come out left wing side now. Rockets with it. That's number 18, Josh Jordan, picked up by the Bison. That's offside and interference. So we're going to have, he's going to get, interference penalty here coming for the Balgoine Bison. And the Raymore Rockets are going to go up on the power play. Raymore's Michael Jordan, number 23, leads the Highway Hockey League in power play goals with 3. Jordan has been named the Highway Hockey League MVP, First Day New Mouth Kids in 2015. And that's the Lumsden Hotel Trophy for Most Valuable Player. So we got a face-off to the glove hand side of Pateman. And he's going to win out back over to the Rockets. Rockets on the left-hand side. Lasers a shot over the net. And that's going to go down into the corner. Sorry if I'm coming into the screen there. Give me a kick. Shot from the point. Shot saved by Pateman. He puts that off into the corner. And that's going to be wrapped around the boards onto the right-hand side. He's going to hold on. Keeps that in the zone. Raymore on the power play here. Jordan with it. Jordan leads the Highway Hockey League in power play goals so far this season. And he's going to keep that in. Oh, no, it makes its way over the blue line. And the Rockets are going to have to regroup. He's with it now. Goes over the blue line. Cuts in. Shot. Oh, misses wide. Pateman kept it. Oh, not quite kept in, but just about. Rockets still maintain possession. Here comes Bence. Bence already has 2 goals tonight. Looking for the hat trick. Gets lit up at the blue line by number 5, Kyle Eberle. And that'll be chipped out to center and into Rockets territory. Out steps Orthner to play the puck. Brothen, sorry, not Orthner. Fires a shot high, goes wide, misses. Going to be kept in, though, by Schilko. And that's going to come back around. And out through center, out comes Brothen to play the puck. And he's going to carry that back around. He's knocked off of his feet, but maintains possession. That's Straker. Going to come out left-hand side. Here comes Schilko. Schilko gets a whack at it. Tries to center that for Strosuk. And that finds its way down into the corner. And that'll be the last 4 seconds here on the power play for the Rockets. Back steps Murray back onto the ice. Oh, intercepted by number 14. That's Austin Yano. And out come the Bisons. He's trying to hit Murray back behind the D. And backhand right out in front. I don't even think he looked on that one. Comes out left-hand side. Here come the Rockets. Go off a skate, though, of Herchak and into the corner. Herchak diving for it. I'm going to have to check, but I think Herchak was wearing a full visor last period, and now he's got a half gauge on. Either that or it's number 28 with the full visor bubble. I'll have to check that out here again next time if I see him on the ice. Either way, maybe he was having trouble vision-wise or something and took it off and threw on the half visor. I prefer a half visor. I remember I wore a full visor cage once, and those things just fog up. Jordan back behind Bison's goaltender, Pateman, battling along with it. Might have a good shot of that on camera too. Moves it down behind the net. Bison going to rip that around. Kept in by number 27, Hubik. Hubik with it again. Shot saved by Pateman. He's going to recover, gets back to his feet. 15 minutes left here in the second. Right in front, Pateman puts that to the side again. And that'll get tossed over to Straker. Into the slot, shot by Mueller, and that goes high over the net. And we've got a whistle. So that'll bring a face-off outside the zone here, I think. Yeah, outside the blue line. Raymore Rockets kind of up by one here now so far with 15 minutes left here in the second period. Raymore only one loss on the season so far with 7-1 record. Meanwhile, Balgoine trying to reach 500 here before Christmas with a 3-4 record. Chipped in by the Bisons. That's going to be 2 forecheckers right in on Brothen. Kept in by number 25. That's Grimm. Sorry, 26, Kopel. Right in the slot, picked up by the Rockets. Rockets going to backhand that out of the zone, but no, that makes it into the bench. We're going to have a face-off. So with 14:27 left here in the second period, we have the Raymore Rockets up by a score of 3-2. Shots on goal so far this period are at 6 shots to 3 shots for the Raymore, in favor of the Balgoine Bison. Referees having a discussion about where this face-off is going to take place based on, I think, where the guy shot the puck from. And it was because Raymore put it over the glass. It'll go back into Raymore's zone, and we're going to have a face-off to the blocker hand side of Brothen. Fires a shot, saved by Brothen. You're just joining us, you're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey. I'm Steve Schneider, live from the Balgoine Stardome. Score currently 3-2 in favor of the Raymore Rockets. Raymore looking to continue their record with the 8th win of the season. Meanwhile, Balgoine trying to reach 500 here just before the Christmas break. Brothen steps out of his net to play the puck. Here comes the Rockets out of their zone at the top of the circle as he gets pinched, and that's going to go down below the goal line. Picked up by the Bisons. Bisons number 19 is Borowski, the leading scorer for the Bisons this year so far. I have a feeling that the Bisons are actually going to be missing a couple of their guys from last year, particularly Tyler Henry. Right in front, Bisons with a shot, 2 shots on net there. With 13:37 left here in the second, we got a close one here between the Rockets and the Bisons. Face off to the glove hand side of Brothen. Won by the Rockets. That's going to go down into the corner. Out through center. Pass lands on the stick, or jumps over the stick rather, of number 24, Tyler Mueller. Jordan going to get that back at center. Jordan chips a pass in on the right-hand side. Right in front. Good chance for Jordan, but that goes through his stick and into the corner. Looking for it, still with it. He's got that on his stick. Feeds that out over to Mueller. Mueller wide shot, saved by Pateman, and that's going to get shot again. Goes off into the corner. That went off his stick. 12:53 left here in the second. We're going to have a whistle here. So with less than 13 minutes to go here in the second period, approaching the halfway point of the game, we've got a 3-2 score here between the Raymore Rockets and the Balgoine Bison. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas from Pearl Creek Media and a Happy New Year. On behalf of all the staff and production team and everybody else here down at the station here in Melville, Saskatchewan, I'd like to thank everybody for our support and sponsors for this year's season and last year's in particular as well. Wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Pearl Creek Media. Tonight's game sponsor is DAC Construction Limited. And tonight is the first time in history these two leagues have matched up in interlock play for the regular season. Face-off won by the Bisons. Rips a shot off of the glove and I think part of the mask of Brodin. And that goes up over the glass. Face-off now to the blocker hand side of the Raymore Rockets goal. Jordan loses the draw, but shot on net by that's not Jordan was on the draw there. That was number 26, Matt Kupel. And that'll go down for icing. 12-18 left here in the second. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey. I'm Steve Schneider on www.sasnews.net. Face-off now going to be to the glove hand side of Brodin. Goes back over, going to be kept in by Nagel. Nagel going to keep that in, or Herchak, sorry, keeps it in this time. Yeah, that's number 28. Nagel has the full cage on tonight. Out to the right-hand side, picked up by Scholkel in the corner. Scholkel still with it. He gets taken away by Nagel. Here come the Bison the other way. Murray with it, right-hand side. Backhand rebound in front, goes over the net. And we dumped in by the Rockets. Sorry, I was preoccupied with what was going on behind the play. I thought we were going to have a fight for a second. It looks like a stick got lodged into someone's skate, and they're a little upset about it not coming out of there in time. Well, or in a timely fashion. Anyway, shot on it, gloved out of the air by Pateman. So at the 11:15 mark, we got 9 shots to 6 shots in favor of the Balgoine Bison, but with a score of 3-2 for the Raymore Rockets. Picked up by 44. Sorry, that's Cronin. Cronin coming up off of an injury that he sustained late in November. Glad to see him back on the ice. Very necessary for the Bisons to have him out there. He is one of their better defensemen, I believe, out on the ice. Definitely missed him in the last couple games where they've suffered losses. Comes out through center, going to be picked up by number 10, Tanner Lennon. Lennon, yeah. Checked in front, loose puck right in front. Great, intercepted. Here come the Bison the other way now, 3-on-2. Cronin going to ship that off to the right-hand side. Stops, goes back door. Into the slot, shot, fights. Gets a bit of a stick on it is number 24, Tyler Mueller. That makes its way into the corner. Bison with it, backhand pass in front, knocked away. Here come the Rockets the other way. 2-on-2. Back checker shot. Pateman holds on. And we're at the 10:06 mark of the second period here. Approaching the halfway point now of this game. 3-2 is the score. You're just joining us. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey on www.sasnews.net. That's SNN Saturday, Sunday Night Hockey. Balgoine just leading in the shots category. Meanwhile, Raymore leading on the scoreboard. Not sure how that bounce worked, but it ended up back on the stick of number 22, Jens Johnson. Bisons with it down their own zone. They're going to take that behind the net. Steps out in front. Here come the Bison, left-hand side. Going to be picked up by number 12 of the Raymore Rockets, and he's going to rocket that pass over intended to Tyler Mueller. but it's going to jump over his stick and land in the possession of the Balgoine Bison. Here come intercepted at center by Michael Jordan. Right at the blue line, Jordan steps over in the slot. He's going to fight off a check and gets that puck into the corner. And that puck's going to find its way up onto the balcony. And we'll have a face-off inside the Bison zone, because I'm pretty sure that went off of a Bison player. But 9:27 to go here in the second period. I'll warm your glove up for you. Face-off won by the Rockets. Rockets going to take that shot. That's going to go back around. Going to find the stick of Jordan. Michael Jordan going to kick that back down into the corner. 9:15 to go here in the second period. Here come the Bisons out of their own zone. They're going to dump that in the corner. He's going to take a late hit from number 22, Johnson. Or sorry, not Johnson, Straker. To be fair, if you're coming in barreling hard in there and they blow the whistle and you're like a step away, it's pretty tough to stop before you hit that guy. So we give him the benefit of the doubt on that one, that he didn't really mean to run into him, but definitely getting the gears here from number 18, Seschuk. I don't know, you're 240 pounds. It's pretty tough to stop yourself sometimes. Probably not 240, but I think on the sheet, oh sorry, I read that wrong, 204. Sorry. Comes off the wall, left-hand side, knocked out of the air by number 14, Austin Yano, and sent back the other way. So that'll go down for icing. We're going to have a face-off down in the Balgoine Bison zone. Currently, the Raymore Rockets lead this game 3-2. Prior to last game's loss, the Raymore Rockets were undefeated in regular season play. In their last two games, starting on November 30th, Raymore laid the boots to the Bethune Bulldogs 9-0 and dominated the Strasbourg Maroons 12-1. In the last 20 seasons, the Rockets have won the Robert Schultz Cup for the Highway Hockey League champion. Oh, good chance by the Rockets. 3 times. 2008 or 11, 2003, and year 2000, taking home the Labatt Sportsman Trophy twice for the league pennant in 2010 and 2002. So we have 2 very decorated clubs here. And that's a breakaway for Shoko. Oh, and he misses the net. Good chance for the Rockets to go up by 2. Spinorama, that's going to be intercepted by number 18, Josh Jordan. Shot. Oh, big hit by Murray, but they're going to have delayed penalty coming here for the Bison. No. Well, I don't know. We got a fight down here at the bench, though. We got a guy jumped into the bench. By the looks of it, Nathan Murray and number 17, Matthew Perkins. They tried to jump into the bench here. So we got Murray going over. I just about jumped in there to go and check out what was going on. So we're going to have, what do we got here? We got a referee pointing at a few different... Get that on camera, can we? No, we can't quite get to there. All right, well, we'll hear about that later between periods, I bet. Well, there's 2 minutes up on the board on that one. I guess it doesn't look like they're going to make the... I'm just going to lean over here and see if I can kind of hear what's going on. I'm just directly above the benches. So far, there's 2 minutes up on the clock right now for... no, am I in frame? I'll come around the other way. So we got, looks like Tyler Murray sitting for 2 minutes for charging. And I think that's the only thing that came out of it, but I think I think that was more of a threat from the referee telling the coach to go take a seat in the lobby than actually anything happened. Jordan with it, leads the Highway Hockey League in power play goals so far this year with 3 in his last 8 games. Goes back right-hand side, gets it out over to 24 Mueller. In front, deflected, big save by Pateman. And he's gonna hold on. Probably have a really good shot of that on camera too. Back out to the point, one-time shot. Pateman gets a piece of that one. He goes off into the corner. 7:22 left here in the period. Out to the blue line, right out again. Breaks his stick on the one-timer. And he's going to head to the bench really quick on that one. New player going to come out instead. That's Josh Jordan enters the play. Through the slot, loses the puck. That's 21, Damian Bentz, looking for the hat trick tonight. 2 on the score sheet already. I could see tonight's game getting a little rough here before the end. Zoom in just a little. Far side, comes back straight through center. Cutting out through the middle, goes in, looking for the shot. Shulko goes wide. I think Pateman got a little piece of that with the pad. And that goes off in the corner. Eberle gonna pick that up. Glove down at the blue line by Jordan. Over to Michael Jordan from Josh Jordan. Josh Jordan gonna keep that one in again. Down low, Michael Jordan in the slot, shot. Pateman with the save. Comes back out for 24 Mueller. Mueller with it, fakes the shot, goes down into the corner, spins back the other way. He's gonna come up to the top of the circles, looking for an option. Back door, finds number 16, Storzak, in the slot. Back door over to Shulko. Shulko looking for the tap in front for number 16, that's Storzak. And he's denied with the puck rolling through the slot. And that puck's down in the corner now. Shulko with it, goes, feeds Storzak. And that'll get cleared out around the boards. And that'll go down for icing. 5 minutes, 41 seconds to go here in the second period. We're gonna have a face-off down in Balgoine Bison territory. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey on www.sasknews.net, Saskatchewan News Network. You can also look us up on Facebook. We got a page there, SNN Sunday Night Hockey. You can find games from this year, last year, year before. Basically, after we air them, we put them up for free for everybody to watch and download. You can use them for whatever you want. Use them, send them to a new coach, find a new team. Don't matter what you do with it. Anyway, come back through the middle. Here comes Murray. Murray goes over the blue line, fresh out of the penalty box. Back down again, down low, steps in front, goes off a stick in front, and that's going to be picked up by the Rockets. The Rockets coming out of the zone, chipped ahead and past the defenseman, going to be picked up by number 28, Nagel. And that's going to be on the backhand, cuts through, chips it, kicks it up off to his skates. That's number 18, Saschuk. He's already got one tonight. Ooh, that wasn't a call, and the charging was the put forward. Okay, in front, Balgoine with it. We got a made of a fight in the corner, I'm thinking, between number 18 and 22. Looks like number 18, Saschuk, and number 22, Cody Straker, exchanging Christmas cookies recipes just early before the holidays. Looks like Saschuk's helmet came off there, but I think that was courtesy of Straker. So looks like we're going to have 2 minutes for roughing each, I'm assuming, at least. Oh, good thing these guys only play each other twice this year. Last year, actually, Henderson Cup Senior A Finals, Tyrell Shulko actually played for the Balgoine Bisons. So these teams kind of last year merged to make one for provincials, and seeing as this year looks like it could be maybe a different story, but either way, we're gonna have a face-off down. We got 2 Raymore Rockets penalties, and that'll make the Balgoine Bison go up on a 5-on-3. Here's a good chance now for Balgoine to try and tie things up here before they're going into the locker room at the end of the period. Face-off one, that's going to go off into off the hash boards. Here comes Balgoine with it. He's going to step off the blue line. Yano back with it again, back over to number 22. We got Johnson and Yano up top for the D-men. Johnson fakes a shot, bags it over to Yano. Yano gets that over to number 19, Zaborowski. Brothen trying to hold on to that one. It's going to go off into the corner, back up to the point for Yano. Yano gets down for Herchak. Herchak to Yano, back. One-time shot hits the legs of number 24, Mueller. Goes back, one-time shot again, deflected in front, bouncing puck in the slot, and is cleared out by the Rockets. And we got a delayed penalty coming here for the Balgoine Bisons as a cross-check in the back of Jordan as he's trying to get up and out of his zone. So that'll make it a 5-on-4 now, or 4-on-3, sorry. I can't count, I'm working on this. Went to a anyway, 3:53 left here in the second period. 2 minutes up on the clock here for a cross-checking penalty to number 18, Shane Seschuk. So that's going to open up a lot of open ice for guys to get around here. And with this new hockey game where there's a lot of outside skating, lots of going around, and the speed is prevailing in the new game of hockey in this part of the new millennium. Shot on goal right off the face-off by Shulko. Balgoine going to retrieve that, comes back up through the center, goes off to the left-hand side. He's going to stop, got it on his forehand. He's going to fire, that goes across D to D. Steps in, Yano over to Johnson. One-time shot by Yano, high sticked over the glass by, I think that was number 26, Matt Kupel. Or, yeah, 26. So 45 seconds left in the two penalties for Raymore. And then they're going to go up on a short 5-on-4 power play. I really like in Balgoine with this rink here, their indoor seating section. Sometimes you only have 1 or 2 rows behind the glass. Inside here, they got up to 5, I believe. Sorry, 4 rows in there, and a good spot for the people who don't enjoy the cold. Anyway, through the slot, Raymore with it, pokes down into the corner. Herchak going to put that on his backhand, gets out over to number 19, Zaborowski. He's going to put it in front. Oh, a shot by Herchak denied by Brothen. And he also got the rebound. So that'll bring the shots 13-10 in favor of the Balgoine Bison. 26 seconds to go here in the penalties to number 22, Cody Straker, and number 18, Josh Jordan. 1 minute, 18 seconds left in the penalty to Shane Seschuk of the Bison. Looks like Raymore will enjoy a bit more of a power play here as soon as this one expires, but a very brief one. Rebound shot on net. Rockets get that out, but the Bisons are going to grab that at center. Cronin with it, gets over the blue line, drop pass in the slot, shot goes off a stick. That'll end the penalties for the Raymore Rockets. And I think that's going to almost catch them off guard a little. Bisons with it. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left here in the second period. Rockets going to regroup behind their own goal. Puck down in the Balgoine zone. 2 minutes to go here in the second period. Top of the circles, they're going to battle with that. Raymore in possession. Raymore got a 7-second power play, 5-on-3 here. 4 seconds left in the penalty to Seschuk. And that'll bring things back to 5-on-5. Seschuk gets a breakaway. Comes in. Oh, big save by Brothen. Stepping out of the penalty box, Seschuk catches the pass over the blue line. Good chance to tie things up here going into the break. Cleared out of the zone by the Bison up their center. 2-on-1. Here come the Bison trying to tie it up. Shot scores! 3-3 Stuck, I believe, is going to get the goal on that one after he had his breakaway, came back, got another chance, went 5-hole this time and put her between the legs of Brothen, making it 3-3. Raymore wins the draw. Takes a D-to-D in their own zone. Murray on the forecheck. That's going to come up through center. Hits the blue line. Referee gets that stuck. No! That's going to be interference against the Balgoine Bison. Kind of seems odd when the referee's the one who stops the puck and the guy hits the guy when he doesn't have it, and you're going to call a penalty for interference anyway. It doesn't quite make sense, in my opinion. But I'm just a commentator, so 1 minute, 11 seconds left here in the second period. 3-3 is the score, all knotted up here. With then Balgoine Bison going to be down one man, and the Raymore Rockets going to go on the power play for the remainder of the period. Rockets going to work that around. Down below the goal line, gets it to Jordan, chips it in front, has the D-man coming in, trying to sneak in. And that's going to go the other way. Out to kill this penalty for the Bison right now, number 37, James Pillar, and number 15, Keegan Jacksite. Chipped away, that's going to be Pillar. Lots of energy on him right now. Come the Rockets the other way, going to chipped in by Jordan. Jordan, and they're going to chase that down into the corner. 30 seconds to go. Shot in front. We're going to have a fight in front of the Benton period right there. I'm going to guarantee you something's coming out of this. Yeah, wait till Cronin got back up, punched him in the mouth. And 20 seconds left here in the second period. We got... Actually, nothing came about that, unfortunately. Sorry, I'm old. I still like the fighting in hockey and whatnot, but I mean, so do some of you guys, your fans. But the leagues really don't like it anymore, and neither does SHA as much as they used to. But it is what it is, right? Seconds, don't talk to me, left here in the second period. 3-3 is the score, 1 minute, 8 seconds to go here in the power play for the Raymore Rockets. Not sure what's going on down there in the penalty box. We got Raymore Rockets player yelling at the timekeeper for some reason. Linesman Tyler Blanken over there trying to settle things down. And we're going to get back to the play here. Face-off down the blocker hand side of Brothen in the Raymore Rockets zone. Raymore on the power play for another minute, 8 seconds. Well, 18 seconds left in the period, so they'll carry this one off into the third. And that'll go down to icing. 13.5 seconds left here in the second period. Sorry, folks. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey, brought to you by DAC Construction Limited on www.sasknews.net. The blue line shot, saved by Brothen. That came through traffic. He picked it out of the air. 10 seconds to go here in the period. So far, score is 3-3. Going into the break, though, we're going to have Balgoine up 16-12 in the shot category. Checked in by, and that'll do her for the second period. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey, brought to you by DAC Construction Limited. I'm Steve Schneider. See you in the third. And welcome back to SNN Sunday Night Hockey. Raymore's last game. We're coming in here, not Raymore's last game, sorry. We're coming into the final period here at the Balgoine Stardome with score of 3-3. We're going to have a 4-on-4 as we're coming into the period, though, because Balgoine has 48 seconds left on their penalty, and Raymore has 1 minute 40 left on theirs. Penalty to 91. Damian Bentz, who's also got 2 goals on tonight's game and looking to get a hat trick. Raymore's last game was Saturday versus the Lumsden Monarchs, where the Rockets suffered their first loss of the season, 9-3. Lumsden started strong, finishing first up the 2-0, 2-0 in the second, and the Monarchs unleashed a torrent of goals, potting 6 goals, carrying an 8-2 lead into the third. And the first place Rockets, each team would score 1 more each and would skate to a 9-3 final, with Lumsden handing Raymore their first loss of the season. Lumsden's Kyle Jordan scored a hat trick, capping off 8 points for the weekend. Lumsden also saw goals from Brett Ollie, Perot, Hansen, Brett Ollie, Spielchen, Mazurek, and Raymore's Orthner and Brothen both split time in the goal for the loss. Balgoine Bison, on the other side of the ice here, took one on the chin in the loss column in the hands of the Balcarres Bronx by a score of 4-3 in Balcarres at the Polar Dome. The Bison started the scoring less than 3 minutes into the game with a goal by Semchuk. Hinton would tie things up at the 5:39 mark, but Zaborowski would notch one with 38 seconds left, and the Bison would head to the locker room up 2-1. Balcarres would take the lead in the second with 2 unanswered goals and would take a 3-2 lead into the third period. Balcarres would then go up 4-2 after a power play goal by Bernhardt with just over 12 minutes to go in the third. Balgoine would fire back to try and mount a comeback on the power play with 1 minute 36 seconds left with an unassisted goal by Yano, but it wouldn't be enough to beat the Bronx, as Balcarres would hold on to a 4-3 win and get redemption on a 4-1 Bisons win on December 13th in Balgoine. Just waiting for the teams to come out onto the ice here. Out come the Raymore Rockets as we speak. Tyrell Schokol of the Raymore Rockets leads the Highway Hockey League in game-winning goals, with 3 so far this season. Prior to last game's loss, the Raymore Rockets went undefeated in regular season play, and in their last 2 games starting on November 30th, Raymore laid the boots to the Bethune Bulldogs 9-0 and dominated the Strasbourg Maroons 12-1. In the last 20 seasons, the Rockets have won the Robert Schulz Cup, which is the Highway Hockey League Championship, 3 times, 2000, 2003, and 2011, taking home the Labatt Sportsman Trophy twice for the league pennant in 2010 and 2002. Back tonight on the ice here at Balgoine's D-man Holden Cronin was injured, and he was sitting out. I thought he was going to sit out tonight, but he's on the ice anyway. And he suffered an injury that held him out for about 6 weeks. And looks like he's back and ready to be in a Bison's uniform for another season. Tonight on SNN Sunday Night Hockey, we have a Bell Valley Highway Hockey League regular season interlock game between the Raymore Rockets and the Balgoine Bison. Tonight's game sponsor is DAC Construction Limited. Balgoine comes into tonight's game with a 3-4-0 record and sits in 3rd place in the QVHL, 4 points behind the Milestone Flyers, but tied for 3rd with the Balcarres Bronx. Cam Pateman, wearing number 1 tonight, starting in net for the Bisons. Raymore, on the other hand, comes into tonight's game sitting at the top of the Highway Hockey League with a 7-1-0 record, 3 points ahead of the Lumsden Monarchs. Raymore has 6 players in the top 10 of scoring in the Highway Hockey League. Leading the way is Damon Bentz, who has now has 14 goals and 10 assists on the season in just 8 games, which has him sitting at the top of the league with 22 points. Tyler Mueller sits in second, just right behind teammate Damian Bentz with 5 goals, 13 assists in 8 games for a total of 18 points. Tyrell Schokol is right behind Mueller, 1, 2, and 4, actually, with 2 points, 10 goals, and 6 assists in 8 games for a total of 16 points. Kyle Koslowski is also tied for fourth with Shulko with 16 points, 5 goals, 11 assists in 8 games. So Rockets are bringing a lot of firepower to the rink tonight versus the Balgoine Bison. Sorry, and there are also 2 more Rockets players to mention. That's Michael Jordan and Josh Jordan, who are tied for 5th in scoring, as Michael has 8 goals, 7 assists in 8 games, and Josh has 2 goals, 13 assists in 8 games as well. Raymore Rockets goaltender, number 37, Dean Brothen, leads the Highway Hockey League with a 2.32 goals against average and 1 shutout with a record of 3-1-0, only allowing 8 goals so far this season. Bisons forward, number 19, Zach Zarborowski of the Bisons. He's their leading scorer. He has 5 goals, 5 assists in 6 games played, and he's ranked 10th in scoring in the QVHL. We got an exciting one out of hand here, folks. It's 3-3 here in Balgoine at the Stardome. 20 minutes to go. One champion will stand at the end of this one. 48 seconds left in the penalty to the Balgoine Bison. Minute 40 left in the penalty to the Raymore Rockets. So about a 52-second power play going to come out of this for the Balgoine Bisons as their penalty expires. Cronin with it in his own end, comes up to the blue line. He's going to find his way over the red and dumps that deep. Comes back around. That's going to make its way to the top of the circles and be punched back into the corner by number 26, Matt Kopel. Rocket's going to get that deep, and it's going to go for icing. And we'll have a face-off back in Raymore's zone. 16 seconds left in the penalty to number 22, Jens Johnson. And 1 minute, 8 seconds left in the penalty to number 21, Damian Bentz of the Raymore Rockets. Bentz already has 2 goals tonight, looking for a third to get a hat trick. Face-off one, that came out of the zone, and that is a good call by the linesman. That'll be offside, just by a little bit. Missed it by that much. 19:24 left here in the third period. 3-3 is the score. You're just joining us. You're watching DAC Construction Limited SNN Sunday Night Hockey on www.sasknews.net. I'm Steve Schneider, your play-by-play and commentator for tonight. Dumped in by 24 Mueller. That goes back behind the net, picked up by the Bisons. They're going to come out left wing side. That ends the penalty to the Bisons. They're going to go on a power play for 49 seconds. Shot on goal! Goes off the shoulder and into the corner and cleared up off the ref's shin pad. He was caught in no man's land on that one, just trying to get out of the way of a hit along the boards, and found himself in the line of sight of that puck. Stops, throws on the brakes. That's number 14. Don't have a 14 on this roster. I'll have to figure out who that one is later. Right back through the slot. Backdoor. Hesitates, gets that back to the point, goes back. One-time shot goes off of a skate and into the corner. And be cleared out by Michael Jordan, and out through, he also fights off the check there, coming in on the forecheck. 18:22 left here in the third, 1 second left. That'll bring it back to the 5-on-5 as Bentz goes off the ice. It'll bring back on Josh Jordan for the Raymore Rockets. Carrying it out of his own zone. Here comes Herchak. Herchak has it on his backhand, puts that on net. That goes off into the corner. Going to be dumped down below the goal line for Herchak. He's knocked off the puck by number 22, Straker, and the Rockets get it out of the zone. Hit at center by number 18, Josh Jordan. That's going to get shipped up into the corner, back behind the net. Bentz, centering pass. Sorry, Storozuk with the centering pass to no one. Here come the Bisons. Going to put that in off the boards, goes down into the corner. And they'll carry that out, chopped out of the air by number 26, Kupel. Murray gets his pocket pick. Now it's 3-on-2. Strozuk, backhand pass, big rebound in front. Pateman turns that aside. Ooh, goes off a leg, back out onto the stick of the Rockets. Gonna fight that along the one side there. Rockets down by 1 in the shot category so far, but tied up 3-3. Right in front, shot, scores! Tyrell Shoko makes it 4-3 with 16:58 left here in the third period. The Rockets go up by 1. So far, Benz and Shoko leading the way here for the Raymore Rockets. 2 goals apiece, each of them looking for a hat trick tonight. These two teams play each other tomorrow night in Raymore, 5 p.m. at the Rockets Arena. At the launch pad, sorry, is what it's actually called. Chipped out through center. They're going to come out on the other side. Going to be picked up by Nagel. Nagel trying to get that in the zone, but Raymore going to intercept that pass. Goes back out over to number 24. That's Grimm. Goes down in on net. Shot stopped by Brodin. Brodin looking to get, just about has it picked up off of his stick. And that'll go down into the corner. Picked up by the Rockets coming out of their own zone, and that finds its way into the bench. Into the Balgoine Bison bench, and we'll have a face-off. 16-19 left here in the third period. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey, brought to you by DAC Construction Limited. Goes around the back behind the goal line, going to be picked up. Comes out the other side, picked up by number 24. Shot, that's going to be picked up by the Bisons. Bison spins around, comes out right-hand side. Going to go long side, out towards, going to squeak between, and still retrieved by the Rockets. Out through center, going to be Bison picking that up out of the air. Going now, that's going to be number 19, Zaborowski. Just a reminder, tonight's game is sponsored by DAC Construction Limited, general contractors, commercial and residential, home renovations, decks, fencing, garage packages, and concrete. 306-535-2764. Puck shot in, or it goes across the goal line, but behind the net. It's chipped in front, towards the side by Brothen. Goes into the corner for Jordan. Goes out, going to be kept in by the Bison. Chips at that. That's going to go in behind the goal line. Going to be picked up by number 27, Jeff Hubick. And they're going to dump that back in. Goes through the center, jumps over a stick, picked up by the Bison in the slot. Toe drag, poked away by the Rockets. Good chance. There's a 3-on-1 there. Steps in over the blue line. Jordan drops a pass for number 16, Starozak. Scores! And the Rockets go up 5-3. With 14:48 left here in the third period. You're watching DAC Construction, SNN Sunday Night Hockey. As 5-3, you're just joining us here for the Raymore Rockets and the Balgoine Bison. Rockets currently lead by 2. Again, right out in front, wide open net, and he fans on it. Shoko with a chance to have the hat trick. And that'll go around over the blue line. Shot on net by Murray, going to be gloved by Brothen. 14:25 left here in the third period. Live from the Balgoine Stardome, you're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey, brought to you by DAC Construction Limited. That's DAC Construction Limited, general contractor, commercial and residential, home renovations, decks and fencing, garage packages and concrete. 306-535-2764. Face-off won by the Bisons. That goes back behind Rockets' goal. Going to be chipped up ahead by Tanner Linford. Oh, right in front for Murray, off his skate, bouncing puck, finds the pass over. Oh, and a sprawling Linford makes the play, breaks that up. We got a quick change coming there as Jeff Hubick heads to the bench. Puck's going the other way. Sholko shot. Oh, somebody gets a stick on that and doesn't quite get that to fire off. Comes around the outside, going wide. Murray tries to get on that. Just holding on to the stick, gives that a tug. And that's too many men on the ice. So, nope, they're not going to grab. We got a fight right here at the blue line. Number 5, that's Kyle Eberts versus number 17, Blake Benz. In and out like fiddler elbows. That was over as quick as it started. And we had our first fight of the game at 13:37, brought to you by Melville's Rock Station, The Buzz. So we're going to let the referees clean up that yard sale. Equipment everywhere. A 5-3 game here in the third period. A quick fight between Kyle Eberle, number 5 for the Balgoine Bisons, and number 17, Blaze Bentz. Exchanging fisticuffs at the blue line. I knew that was going to boil over at one point. Those two have been yammering at each other all game. And it just kind of went to the end. We might have another one break out here soon. So they're going to have 5 on 5, as both teams are going to incur a 5-minute major for fighting and game misconducts. Face-off 1, that's going to go back behind the net, picked up by the Bison. Bison, they're down by 2, trying to make it 5-4 here and move within 1 before the 10-minute mark of the third period. Through the center, gonna try and go through there, trying to spark something here was number 5, Kyle Eberle. 13:15 left here in the third. Shot fires. It was right off the wall in front of camera too. In front for the Rockets. Rockets gonna get that out of the zone. Number 6, Cole Boychuk, gets that back to the defenseman, Hubick. And that'll end up on the stick of number 22, Jens Johnson. They'll go D-to-D, picked up by Nagel. Nagel gets the blue line, gonna drop that for 25, Grimm. Well, that gets chipped aside, gonna be kept in the zone by number 14, Austin Yano. He's still with that puck. That goes down into the corner. Down low, goes wide, comes out around the outside. Down below the goal line, picked up by Jacksite. And the Rockets gonna strip that. Here comes that's number 24, Mueller. And comes on backhand. Mueller's shot goes in, ball below the goal line. And that's gonna be picked up by the Bisons, and it's gonna come the other way. Jordan stretching for it. Couldn't quite get some lumber on it. And that'll be icing at 12:08 in the third period here. Raymore Rockets are leading the Balgoine Bisons 5-3 here in the third period from the Stardome. You're watching DAC Construction Limited, SNN Sunday Night Hockey on www.sasknews.net. Face-off 1 going to be held on to by the Rockets, but stripped by James Pillar of the Bisons. That's close to being offside. That goes up over the glass, off of a stick of one of the Rockets, and there'll be a face-off inside the zone with 11:57 to go here in the third period. You're watching DAC Construction, SNN Sunday Night Hockey. I'm Steve Schneider, your commentator. Face off to the glove hand side of Brothen. Brothen currently leads the Highway Hockey League with a 2.32 goals against average and 1 shutout, with a record of 3-1 on the season. Here comes Zaborowski, leading scorer for the Bison. He's going to turn on his backhand, gets it to Herchak, score, no! That finds a rebound, that gets cleared away by the Rockets. Brothen got a piece of that one, keeping it at a 2-goal game. Down low in the corner, Bisons fighting with it with the Rockets. They're going to have two more guys come in on that one. That's Straker, chips that around the outside, kept in by Cronin. Ooh, just about took that one in the teeth. So that'll be icing. And we'll have a face-off coming back down into the Raymore Rockets zone. 11:15 to go here in the third period. We got a bit of a nail-biter here. It's only a 2-goal lead going in here, but it's been a close game all game so far. Face-off won by the Rockets. That's going to go behind their own net. Diving for it, Bison's player number 26, Kupel. Sorry, 29, Herchak. Bison's with it behind their own goal line. He's got that. Gonna fire that up through center, and that'll go for icing. That'll touch nobody. So that'll bring the face-off back into Bison's territory. Michael Jordan out to take the draw for the Rockets. Comes out through center, going to be dumped back into Bison's territory by the Rockets. They're going to go back behind the net to pick that up is number 14, Austin Yano. Around the net, going to be stopped by Brothen. Brothen fires that around the boards, and that makes its way out of the zone, and that'll go down for icing. And we'll have a face-off coming down into Raymore territory. At 10:26, we're approaching the last 10 minutes of play here from Balgoine, Saskatchewan at the Stardome. Just joining us, the score is 5-3 in favor of the Raymore Rockets. Shots on goal, though, are a little bit of a different story as Balgoine leads the way with 9 and Raymore with 5. Great in front, good chance. Gets a wrap on that one. Bouncing puck in front of the Raymore Rockets zone. Balgoine really putting on the pressure here and hemming Raymore back in their zone. That's a delayed penalty coming for Raymore. And number 27, Jeff Hubig's going to spend 2 minutes in the box for interference at the 10:10 mark of the third period. So Balgoine is going to go on the power play down by 2. This is a great chance for the Bison to try and move within 1. This face-off's going to come to the blocker hand side of the Raymore Rockets goaltender, Dean Brothen. New face-off, man. That's going to be knocked out of the zone, back down into Balgoine territory. Bison going to go retrieve that. That's going to be picked up by number... Oh, I missed that. 14, Austin Yano steps over the blue line, hits the ref right in the shins, keeps that in the zone though. Technically that would have been offside because if that had hit the ref, that means it left the zone. But I'm just a commentator. Shulko, good chance, takes it off into the corner. Here come the Bisons the other way, 1:23 left in the power play. Right in front, shot, oh, misses the bottom corner of the net, and that goes wide. And that'll find its way down into the corner. Right in front, oh, good chance for number 19, Zaborowski. Over to Cronin. Cronin with it now. Cronin looks down into the half boards. Gonna be shot towards the net, goes into the corner, and he picked up by number 23, Downs. Back across, goes in, looking in front. You carry that back over. Cronin fires a shot right into the stomach of Brothen. 46 seconds left here in the power play for the Balgoine Bison. 8 minutes, 56 seconds left in the third period. Balgoine finds themselves down 2. Lots of time to come back here, though. Kopel out to take the draw for the Bison. That goes back behind the net. Going to be, oh, and he runs into the goalie. He gets speared. He's trying to get out of there. That's Nathan Murray. The spear was a bit of a motivation to get up out of the crease. Puck down low below the goal line. Bison with it. 25 seconds left here on the power play. And penalty to number 27, Jeff Hubick of the Raymore Rockets. Out to the top of the slot. Cronin shot goes wide. And that'll find its way up and over the glass. 10 seconds to go in this Balgoine power play, and penalty to Jeff Hubick for the Raymore Rockets. 8 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the third period. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey. I'm Steve Schneider. Tonight's game is brought to you by DAC Construction Limited. Face-off going to be coming to the blocker hand side. DAC Construction Limited, general contractors, commercial and residential, home renovations, decks and fencing, grad packages and concretes. Call 306-535-2764. Face-off won by the Bison. Shot goes over the net. 8 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the third. Goes out wide into the slot. Fires, deflected, loose puck in front, and that'll be picked up by the Rockets. And he finds Hubick, tries to stretch pass, gets back behind him a little, and that's going to be recovered by the Bison. Tries to poke it past Josh Jordan. Shot on net by the Bison, gloved out of the air by Brothen. 7 minutes, 52 seconds left here in the third, folks. We've got a 5-3 game at hand here for the Raymore Rockets over the Balgoine Bison in the first ever in history Highway Hockey League and Capel Valley Hockey League interlock regular season game. This year, two leagues of 5 each have merged to make one league of 10 in an interlock play, which will see each team play 10 games in their own league and then another 10 games from teams from the other league to even out this year's schedule. Like I said before, it's probably a better thing for the fans and the players, as more than the one complaint I had from a few players, even from the Grenfell Spitfires, was that they had to play some of these teams 10 times before playoffs and then played them in provincials as well, and ended up playing only 2 or 3 teams from January 1st on the end of March. So things are going to get shaken up a little bit here. We got something going on down there in front of the net. Looks like a stick got stuck in his sweater, and another just trying to figure out the misunderstanding. Anyway, 7 minutes, 23 seconds to go here in the third period. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey, brought to you by DAC Construction Limited. Live from Balgoine, Saskatchewan, here at the Stardome. You can tune in to SNN Sunday Night Hockey on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Sunday Night Hockey, or you can find all these games also on www.sasnews.net. You can follow the Highway Hockey League on Twitter at twitter.com/highwayhockey, or just visit the website at www.highwayhockey.ca. Face-off one, that goes back for Balgoine. They're going to get that in their own corner. That's going to be retrieved by Jordan. One-time shot from the point. That skipped across the ice like a knuckleball. Actually, like a topped ball in golf. But nonetheless, Jordan going to chip that into the zone. Rockets coming in here. Centering pass intercepted by Johnson. Johnson with it. He gets his pocket picked by Mueller. And that'll go off the back of the net and into the corner for Michael Jordan, number 23. Shot blocked. Out come the Bison now. Left-hand side. Herchak going to put on the wheels a little bit. Takes a shot from wide out. Goes wide. 6 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the third period. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey live on www.sasnews.net. Goes down into the corner, going to be picked up by the Bisons. One-time shot saved by Brothen. 8 seconds left here in the third. We've got a game in front of us, folks. The Balgoine Bison find themselves down by 2, but are leading the way with the pressure here. Brothen holding the Rockets in this one so far, as he has faced over 13 shots so far in the third period, while Raymore only has 7 on goaltender Pateman down on the other end for the Bison. Shot on net, gloved out of the air by Brothen. That'll add another one to the total there for the period. 6 minutes, 7 seconds left here in the third period. Balgoine trying to scratch one out here. Their last game, they fell short to the Belcaris Bronx by a score of 4-3, but the previous game before that, they beat Belcaris by a score of 4-1. Long stretch pass intended for Nathan Murray. Ends up down in the corner. This would be my third year covering the Balgoine Bison. I'd like to thank their organization for having us out here. And we love coming out to this rink. It's a great place to shoot a game from. Bison step over the blue line, comes out over, going to be whacked away, set down into the corner. 2 Rockets down there, but it's going to find its way, oh no, onto the stick of number 27, Jeff Hubick. He's going to try and keep that in, but that's going to be chipped out. Murray on the forecheck. Brothen comes out to try and play the puck. That comes off onto the hash boards and out to center. He picked up by the Bison, goes off the ball, but back into Bison possession to Johnson. Johnson puts that back around behind the net to Cronin. Cronin gets it to Johnson. Johnson going to get that through there and going to be chipped into the zone by number 17, Perkins. Cronin makes a move at the blue line, comes in, fires, looking back door for number 25, Josh Grimm. And that goes down into the corner and up and out, down into Bison territory, and that'll be whistled down for icing. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the third. 4:46 left up on the clock. 5-3 is the score. You're just joining us. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey, brought to you by DAC Construction Limited. Face-off won by the Rockets, gets it over to Schalko, right-hand side. Takes that in, fires it on net. That'll go into the corner. Bison going to retrieve that and come the other way. Steps over the blue line. Shot goes through Brothen's glove. Oh, and he fans on the open. He had that just sitting right there. Honestly, I think if he'd have just kind of taken it onto his backhand, he'd have had nothing but open cage to bury that puck in. Goes wide, off the side, comes through the middle. Oh, he's checked by number 21. That's Damian Bentz, trying to get one more here to round out his hat trick. On the stick of James Pillar, comes out through the middle, up through the left-hand side. He fights off a jack, drops the pass, comes in looking, goes for the change. They're expecting him in the top of the slot there. On his backhand, steps out in front, fires a shot, goes off the back wall and in front, back out to the point, going to be picked up by number 14, Austin Yano, off the skate of the Bison player number 19. That's Zach Zaborowski. And here come the Rockets the other way. Toe drags, gets a piece of the puck on that one. Good play by Austin Yano to break up the 2-on-1. Here come the Bison the other way, throws the brakes on, that's Nagel. He'll get that over to number 19, Zaborowski, and he'll be picked up by Herchak. Herchak now with it on his backhand, gets it over to Cronin. That was close to being too many men. Cronin gets that up to, nope, going to be intercepted by Jordan. And the Rockets going to turn it, no, that's not Jordan, that's number 16, Starozic. Jordan on the forecheck now. Cronin goes behind his net. Back comes number 26, Kopel. Cronin comes up through the middle, gets the blue line, goes over, chips that in. Glove down, though, by the Rockets. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the third. 5-3 is the score. Drops that into the corner to Schalko. Going to be picked up by Downs. Or sorry, that's Johnson. Gets that over to Kopel. Kopel gets checked by Jordan and going to land on the stick of Kopel. Or sorry, Cronin. Back over in through center. Bouncing puck picked up by Boychuk. Boychuk clears that into the zone. Off the back wall, and he'll go for a change. Down low, coming up the other side. It's intercepted by the Rockets. Centering pass for Bentz. Bentz gets in there with some wheels, picks up the puck, tries to go through the legs of, looks like Nagel. Bentz still fighting down low, comes up with the puck, but he's tripped. No call. Out through center, chipped up, glove down by Jordan. Jordan gets that back to his D-man. They're going to go through the center, back on the stick of Michael Jordan. He's going to put that off the ref and into play, and he'll go for a change. 1 minute 32 seconds to go here in the third period. Balgoine comes in, shot goes off the back wall. Knocked in by Herchak, back behind the goal line. There's a big scrum behind the net in front of camera too, and that's going to work its way down into the corner. Bison still in possession. Herchak loses it, and it's going to go back up the hash boards. Shulko clears that out. 1 minute 10 seconds to go. Empty net for the Balgoine Bisons. Shulko just about puts her home. That was just kind of a turn and fire in desperation to get it out of there. Raymore Rockets find themselves up 5-3. You're just joining us. You're watching SNN Sunday Night Hockey, brought to you by DAC Construction. Face-off won by the Rockets. Empty net down as Pateman has left. It's now 6-5. We got a delayed penalty coming for the Bison, though, with 1 minute to go in the third period. Looks like number 28, Lucas Nagel, heading off to the penalty box with 1 minute, 1 second to go here in the third period, and his team down by 2, taking a 2-minute tripping penalty. And that'll bring the face-off back into Bison's territory, and Pateman back into the cage. So with 1 minute, 1 second left here, Raymore finds themselves up 5-3 and on the power play. Jordan out to take the draw for the Rockets. He's going to win that back. Gets it to Mueller. Mueller gets that over to Straker. Shot on net, saved by Pateman. Man down in front of the net. 52.9 seconds to go here in the third period. Bisons find themselves down by 2. So that faceoff's going to find itself here to the glove hand side of Pateman down in Balgoine territory. Face-off won by the Rockets, and they're going to get that in. It's going to be chipped down into the corner by number 16, Starosuk for Jordan, but it's going to be picked up by the Bison, and they're going to come out of their own zone. Throws the brakes on Starosuk with the forecheck. 37 seconds to go here in the third. Shot right through their chest chuck, and that'll come out to the hash boards and around. Shulko, that's a weird bouncing puck. Going to be kept in by Cronin. Cronin keeps it in on his side of the red line. Well, that was definitely offside. 18.6 seconds. Here they come the other way. Shulko holds on a delayed penalty coming here for Raymore. Looks like interference along the blue line. That's going to be 13.7 seconds to go here in the third period. It looks like Balgoine's going to need 2 really, really quick ones to come back into this one. If not, it looks like Raymore is going to steal a win here tonight over the Balgoine Bisons and improve their record to 8-1. And the Balgoine Bisons record will move to 3-5. So it'll really depend on how Balcarres does tonight. If they win, they'll move ahead of Balgoine in the standings. Raymore will hold on to first place in the Highway Hockey League. And Balcarres will move up into third. Cleared out of the zone, and that'll do it. Nope. 3 seconds left. He got me on. I thought he was going to wave that off. Got a little ahead of myself. Tomorrow night, these two teams are going to be taking on each other back at the launch pad in Raymore. Good game tonight. I expect to be a very good game and a very good crowd tomorrow in Raymore as well. We won't be covering it, but I kind of wish I was going to be. That's cleared out. Empty net now, Pateman. And that'll do it here from the Balgoine Stardome as the Balgoine Bisons fall to the Raymore Rockets 5-3. You're watching DAC Construction Limited, SNN Sunday Night Hockey on www.sasknews.net. I'm Steve Schneider. Have yourself a great night.